I'm Susanna Baker, and welcome to Wynwood Magazine Podcast. We're about to have a conversation with an artist that is as colorful and as vibrant as his canvas and his art. So join me in this interview with the iconic, wonderful Romero Britto. Hi, I'm Susanna Baker, Wynwood Magazine Podcast. Welcome. We're about to have a conversation with the iconic, colorful, bold, and vibrant artist. Welcome, Romero Britto, my friend.
Hello, my dear. How are you? Great to have you back in here.
It's always great. And the Palace. I mean, this is an amazing place. You have to come and visit the Palace. The last time I met with you, we talked about how you went from Brazil to France, and there you studied art and studied the masters, and then you wanted to say hello to a friend in Miami, and that's how Miami became your home.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a long story. I mean, actually, there's a documentary coming out telling the story.
Tell us.
Of course, in an hour and a half, it would be impossible for you to learn everything that happened. You know, first of all, I never thought I would be a full-time artist. I wanted to change my life. And, you know, as a kid, I liked painting, but who knows? I mean, if you're going to ask any kid, you know, if they want, what they wanted to do, they don't know. I didn't know. So, but I like art, but I didn't thought that one day I would be doing what I do today, full-time artist. But I thought about changing my life in a way that with a job. So, and I dream about being a diplomat. I wanted to be an ambassador of Brazil because, you know, I always dream about traveling, meeting people, all sort of people. So that was my dream. But then when I went all the way to law school, I did 4 semesters of law school. I was very miserable, very disencouraged. You know, I had a chance to go to Europe. I made amazing friends, you know, and I stayed 1 year in Europe, you know, enjoying all those beautiful collection museums and everything. And I definitely came back very inspired. And then I think that was probably a catalyst for me to make such a decision at such a young age because, you know, I mean, I worked so hard to get to college, to get that scholarship, to, you know, to study. Throughout the years in Brazil, I was studying mostly in scholarships. And because my family didn't have money to pay, you know, for me to go to great schools. And grateful and very blessed that I was able to go to a fantastic private school and go to the university.
And you come from nine siblings, huh?
Yeah, my mother had 9 kids. Yeah, it was a big family. It was very chaotic and a lot going on in that house. My mother was so busy. She was definitely a hero. She is a hero for me. And she was very strong and she was a single mother. It was very difficult. But yeah, I mean, and then I actually, when I decided about quitting law school and the idea of being a diplomat, I was like, maybe I should just try my art. And I didn't know if it would work. I had a friend of mine that was studying here in Miami by the name of Leonardo Conte. And then I know Leonardo since we were kids. And I came to visit him here. And the idea was to go back to Europe and do a life in there. And I came to Miami. I went to Europe. And then I realized when I was there, I was like back to Europe. I was like, you know what? I really like Miami. I like this part of America that's so dynamic. And then I came to Miami, and then here I am. I mean, if so anything happened, I mean, we wouldn't have to be hours.
And hours, no. And it's good to tell people because, you know, Wynwood Magazine is a magazine that is celebrated. It started in 2024. And this year in 2026, there's so many amazing events that we have. You know, Miami is full of events, and you have celebrated them all. You iconically probably did the posters for all of them at one point or another because you are the most celebrated artist. To think of Miami is to think of Romero Britto. I mean, you've made your mark from museum walls to luxury cars to household products. And a lot of the critics that you know you're celebrated by millions, and that's the most important. And then you're critiqued by some. And so my question is, when you see your art, some see joy, And then some just see branding. Some see the bold colors, and some see commercialism. So there's that fine line that you have from both sides that say, well, is it art or is it a brand? And so I ask you, my friend, you built this empire, and I've seen you work. I've gone to your studios. I've seen you with the easel in front, with the canvas, and yes, he does art. He is there working, conceptualizing it, creating it, and it really does get me upset when I have to, because you made it. Is it because you made it and this is why people, because how many artists don't do the same thing? A-hole sniffs glue, retina, even, I mean, there's different styles, but they stay with the iconic style. And you know that's Keith Haring, you know that Andy Warhol, I'm gonna let you answer the question though.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, I mean, listen, it's much easier for someone, to say something negative most of the time, especially when you don't know, because people that really know about my art, my supporters, I learned very early to be focused more in people who are very positive toward what I do. Of course, that I learned in the past also with people that also try to hurt me, but I don't really keep thinking about, because at the end of the day, I also know that in the past, there were so many artists that was misunderstood, and it takes time for people to really later on to understand that. And it's all about time. I mean, when you go back to history, there was a time people said that Picasso was too prolific. He was too, he did too much work. And there was a time people really hated Andy Warhol, and then people didn't really respect him. And there you go. At the end of the day, his work, he's an incredible artist, in which I admire so much. There was many, many artists that was misunderstood in his time. And I'm not the first one not to be understood to everyone. You cannot make it happy everyone. But you know what? The most important thing is that I do have people that they have incredible art collection, and they know what I do. I mean, how many people can say that they have 9,000 pieces of art like Carlos Slim? Not too many people. They go to a museum, and the whole family like my work. So should I be thinking about, someone that doesn't have like an original painting on the wall, and then to be thinking like, oh, Romero is good, Romero is this, Romero that.
That's not what we get for.
I really focus in creating my art, sharing my art with tons of people, and that's the most important thing.
And I like that. I like that you don't feel pressured at all from the mainstream of the art world. You live your life. You live the Britto way. And I love that. And also, there's something you do that you're also allowing masses, people that cannot buy art, that are, you sold a painting in 2023 for $1 million.
I mean, listen, I have all sort of people that are supporting my work. So super wealthy, to someone, a young person that's going to college, or they can't buy my work right now. But as we know in life, there's so many changes. People go through so many moments in their life that today a young person going to college cannot afford buy a painting from an artist, but they know about the art, what I mean? So if somebody doesn't see my art in a wall of a gallery or in a museum, they see in a Coca-Cola bottle that, was done, like millions of people saw what I did for the Olympics, or when I did the opening ceremony of the Super Bowl, when I did the launch of Mini Cooper that Norman Bremen asked me to do it. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
But I did the launch, I painted the first Mini Cooper that was launched in North America. And so many other ones, Barbie from Mattel.
Oh my gosh.
I worked with Disney for so many years. I mean, listen, should I be thinking about somebody?
No.
For some reason, they don't understand my art, or they didn't come over here, or they're very miserable, or they're like just writing on a paper. No, of course not.
Of course not. And I agree with you. And that's why I love you so much. And I think that's why you're celebrated by millions, because of that. There's also another critique that says, is your art just for escapism, or is there some depth of thought behind it? And for me, with the political climate that's happening nowadays, do you feel the need to have to go dark just to show something about social injustice?
I'm not about darkness. I'm going to let the politician and people, the art critics and people that had the time to be doing that. To do it, I want to create image of happiness and hope. That's really important to me. I just, I don't want to do what the papers are doing or what the news are doing. I want my art to be a source of inspiration. So, and that's basically, and
it is.
And I think a lot of people relate to that too. And very few people want to bring darkness into their homes. And I don't want to create darkness.
No.
That's it. No.
I don't want you to create darkness. To see you is a vibrant, an explosion of color. I share this sentiment with all of Miami and with the celebrated places. And not just that, you give back to the children best buddies, all the hospitals, Miami children, Joe DiMaggio. Children are a legacy. When you're a kid with cancer in a hospital, what do you want to see? A social injustice poster? Or do you want to see something vibrant and beautiful that reminds you of big blue skies, of sunshine, of hope? And that's what Britto is, hope.
Well, I think at the end of the day, if an artist can bring happiness and hope, or whatever good feeling to a person or to a group of people, to a country or whatever city, I think is already a big thing, you know what I mean? Because in the end of the day, I'm not a pill, and I'm not like a medication. I'm not a doctor. But think about, if you're going to go to a concert, you're going to go to a concert to feel miserable. You're going to go to have a beautiful meal with a loved one or friends. You're going to go to a bad restaurant. You're going to go to eat something that make you feel bad. So I definitely don't want to be part of that. So, I totally respect for someone that want to create darkness, but I'm not. I have my own, a lot of people say, is Romero all the time happy? I'm like anybody else. But when I'm doing my art, I definitely feel good about creating something that is inspiring and colorful, fun, and happy. And it's just a very nice, moment for me.
And you've inspired a lot of artists, because I've seen a lot of artists duplicate in their own way, but it definitely refers to Britto,
Well, anyway, I had to say that, if I didn't have a following, I would never be able to do what I do.
Exactly.
Basically, I remember the day I was selling my work in the streets of Miami, in the sidewalk. And, today my life totally changed because of my art. So I didn't have to marry somebody rich. I didn't have to take nothing from nobody, because a lot of time, if you cannot be famous or you cannot be successful, you marry somebody super wealthy. Well, we said, if you're lucky enough to be born wealthy. So in my case, it was a lot of work and my art. My art gave it all to me, and my supporters.
I got to tell you, absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, what do you see, one of the things you did do that no one has done or have tried to do, is you're the #1 most commissioned and licensed artist in history. Yes. And you're living. You're alive.
I'm alive. I'm here.
You don't have to be like, Van Gogh to pass away and then become famous. You did it young. You did it. You have a family business. Your employees love you. Your son works with you. Your family works with you. You have everybody around you for years. That says a lot. And now you have a documentary coming out in one of the mainstream.
Yes, it's coming very soon. There's incredible people from Brushstroke, who did my first ever exhibition here in America, which was Miami Beach, in a place that he used to own called Torpedo. I don't know if you know the story. But
no,
Lee's
I don't.
There,
I'll be with Lee.
Domenico Dolci, Andrea Focelli, Veronica, Mark Snager, Mark Anthony, Gloria Emilio. I had so many people, Professor Danielle Shapiro at Harvard University. I have an incredible group of people telling this story, my story. Of course, I'm there as well, my son. It's very beautiful.
And when can the viewers see it? When do you think it's going to drop?
We had the premiere several months ago. I think in sometime during the summer.
During the summer.
I'll work in the launch show.
I can't wait, Rafaela. You'll tell me, right? I can't wait.
It is very beautiful, the documentary. Yes.
I saw the
trailer.
The trailer, and actually, we want to include the trailer with the podcast so everybody can know. So you'll send me that footage, and then we'll include it. I want one more question. Have you ever turned away a product or some license that has come to you because it doesn't align with you?
Yes, I did. I cannot mention the name of the companies or the organization, but I did. I did for companies and also for collectives as well. But, you know.
You have to keep true.
Yes.
True to yourself.
Exactly.
Well, thank God.
I'm very happy that you came to visit here. And I wish in the future we're going to be able to be open to the public, which we are not. But in the future, we will be.
Cross that out for a second.
Public. But we're going to need to have, we have, we invite people to come over. And, but in the future, yes, we're going to.
You can open.
I don't know if it's going to be this or something bigger than this that's going to be open to the public and where, the staff is going to be safe and also the guests.
Yeah, this is definitely your temple.
But we do a lot of events in here.
Yeah.
Like we did a very, and Chris early did one of the biggest dinner that we had in here was from the Bocelli Foundation that they did here for all their supporters and so many other people like.
I can imagine. Well, it's a massive 60,000 square feet under the roof, and it's from one room to the other.
I know, we run out of space. 60,000 square feet, we run out of space. We need
more space.
We need more space.
But I have to tell you, you keep doing what you're doing. You keep helping the children, helping the wonderful people that collect you and support you. And I have to tell you, I have seen you at work, and I know that you have so much passion. You're only going to go up. You're not going anywhere else but up. I love you, my friend. And from Wynwood Magazine, from Miami, and from the world, I got to tell you, you do put a smile in my heart. Thank you.
I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Penny.
I love you.
I love you too.
Te me cuida.
I don't think it's an accident that he has become so world-renowned.
The highest licensed
The most licensed artist in history.
We've been learning about who?
Romero Britto!
That's right. The very famous Brazilian pop artist.
Suddenly, millions of people said, "Who is this Brito?"
I don't know if there's a celebrity out there who Romero has not done a portrait of.
His art represents happiness, joy, and love.
Did it his own way. Every time I saw some installation or I would just smile, man, and just go.
We both are immigrants to America, and we believe that you have to work your ass off to become successful.
Romero was selling art in the street, really selling art in the street.
If he could get 50 cents or even $1, that would be just like an amazing sale.
9 children, single mother, poor in Brazil. My goodness.
You can find the positivity, you can find something in even the darkest of hours and the darkest of moments, the most difficult of people. Do you dare go there? Romero dared.
The major criticism is he's too mass market.
He's just a commercial artist. Romero divides opinion. He's very popular, not respected by critics.
Kentucky Derby 149.
To say, okay, I'm not going to put rage in my work. I want to spread joy because I lacked that at a certain point of my life.
Each of us is unique, so the only one that can tell anyone what your art should be like is you.
It takes hard work.
You have to really find like-minded people to work with.
Yeah, o gênio da alegria.
What just happened?
You lost your ability to paint? What would that do to you?
I think I would rather die. I think. Yeah.